Becky.
I'm Sarah.
And this is Bickering Book Reviews. Today we are at the middle of April, so we are going to give you the last 3 books that we've really loved for the last 30 days. They aren't necessarily teen books. They're not necessarily brilliant, but they're just things we enjoyed.
So I think I messed this up. I thought we were just pulling from March. So these are just my favorites from March.
Oh, well. Okay,
well.
and they're not in any particular order.
No.
And so my first one is surprisingly by Ali Condé because I did not enjoy her Match series. It's called Summer Lost, and it is about a girl who is 12. It's a good tween book, who's had suffered a loss in her family, and her father and her brother had died, and her mother had taken her and her other brother to this place for summer, like the summer cabin, and she gets involved in like a local theater group, and it's about making friends and growing up, and I just thought it was very sweet.
Maybe it helps that it's not dystopian.
Right, because Match didn't work for me.
Okay, so I know we're like all over Jason Reynolds because we were like, love him.
We did.
But I'm going to come back to All American Boys by Jason Reynolds and Brendan Kiley. I think it's Kiley. I hope it's Kiley.
We met him, so we should say it correctly.
I'm terrible person. But anyway, their book, awesome. And basically, it's a timely story about an African-American teen boy who is unjustly accused of stealing and then brutally beaten by a police officer as a result. It is told through dual perspectives. The reader learns what lead up to this horrific event and how the community reacts through an African-American male perspective and a white teenage male perspective. It's super timely. It's very layered. It felt very realistic. So, and this is for older teens. It's not a tween book.
And so my next one is also a Jason Reynolds book because obviously
we were obsessed.
We are slightly obsessed. I just got an e-arc of his Miles Morales book, which is the new Spider-Man. And it was very good. Spider-Man is now, his father's African-American, his mother is Puerto Rican. He grew up in a lower-income neighborhood. He has a scholarship to a good prep school in Manhattan. And he's still fighting crime. And it's got everything that you want in a Spider-Man story, but it's also got everything you expect from a Jason Reynolds story. So it's very realistic. There's even some grittiness. And a lot of kids will be able to relate.
That's awesome.
It's very well done. Very well done. I don't think it comes out until August, but keep an eye out for it.
Okay. So my next book is a tween novel, and a tween novel from somebody who typically writes teen novels
Right
that
there.
I liked. Didn't like her Rebel Belle series, but like Journey's End by Rachel Hawkins, I think that this tween novel was good. So it's about Noli, who goes to stay with her father, who's a researcher in Scotland for the summer. He's studying a mysterious fog, which is said to swallow up anything in its path. So people have disappeared into a fog over hundreds of thousands of years. Noli meets new friends in town, more specifically a boy who hasn't been seen in over 100 years named Albert. With his return, though, the fog starts eating the town and starts expanding and growing, and of course her dad's like rushing in to figure it out. So Belle, the girl that Noli has met in Scotland, and Albert all work together to see if they can discover the mystery behind the fog and kind of get rid of it so it'll stop eating the island.
It was I listened to it. It was very cute.
It's cute. It's nice. I mean, there's a little bit of romance, but not
really
much at all. Like, not very, but kind of. It was sweet. It was nice. It was fantasy, but it worked. It was really good.
And speaking of romance, the last one I'm picking is actually an adult romance book called Royally Matched by Emma Chase. And it is about Henry, who is the crowned prince of Westco. He's going to be king someday, and he doesn't really want to be king. His brother abdicated in the first book of the whole thing. And he decides to, he's going to go on a dating show to possibly find his queen because he's bored. And so he's like in this big castle with all these women that are vying to be his queen. And of course, there's a romance, and he falls in love with one of the sisters of one of the contestants who happens to be a librarian.
Selection.
No, it's really not.
No? Sounds like it.
It's way more. Adult.
So it's like 50 Shades of Grey a la Twilight.
No, I wouldn't say Twilighty at all. But
like those two could, like, because 50 Shades of Grey came out of Twilight, so it sounds like this book came out of the selection.
I will say no, because it's the second book, and the first book is very different.
Okay. Fine.
Plus, I just really liked Henry. He was like really he didn't want to be there. He was all over it and sarcastic and hilarious. Okay. Sometimes I like a good romance book.
Fair enough. No, fair enough. Even those like formulaic ones. Like sometimes you just don't want to think.
Right.
Which is, yeah. All right, so my last book is also another tween novel. And so it's super weird, but in the past few weeks, few months, there have been 2 books set in a prison that I absolutely loved.
Sure.
They're very different, but they both work really well. So this one is called Warden's Daughter by Jerry Spinelli. It's about motherless Cammie, who has always lived in a prison with her warden father. Prisoners have helped raise her, basically as her maid, but she has now decided that one of them is going to be her mom.
Oh.
So she has recruited one of the prisoners to be her mother. And it doesn't really get to the point where she's trying to, like, make the prisoner marry her father. She's so desperately seeking for a mother figure and has decided this maid prisoner will be her mother. Then there comes this kind of push and pull between, A, the prisoner doesn't want to be her mother, and, B, she really wants this figure. She's growing up. There's a child killer on the loose who is ultimately found and brought to the prison, so then there's all that notoriety. So there's a lot of different things going on in here. It is more introspective about Cammie and less about the other characters around her. But it's super good.
Sounds great. And that is the last 3 books that we really enjoyed of last month.
So yeah. All right, adios.
Bye.